Good day, everybody. Welcome back to You Chat BVI. Today on this time, we're going to talk a little bit about who you want to see for festival this year, and a little about emancipation and about festivals. So sit tight. We'll be right back. And welcome back. So now I'm going to just start the questions with Andrea. I'm going to let the conversation flow. So Andrea, I want to hear from you. Who do you feel you want to see in Village this year?
Well, this year I want to see more local people because it is a Tortolas festival. We don't need to be bringing people from overseas to our festival. So we should give the locals a chance to let them play all local music and what they have to offer.
Well, I feel that we have enough local artists, and it's about time to bring in some people that the young people would appreciate.
Right.
Because, you know, every year there's the reggae. I don't know how many nights are there in Village. There's the gospel night, there's reggae night. I think there's a different series of nights that people could come and perform certain stuff. So I think, why can't we bring in some people from outside? I think one of the concerns what I have here was there's no money. That's our topic.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit about the money problem, okay? There are people that are part of the committee that that are in charge of the festival activity. And when they see money, like, you know, when people see money, they're money hungry. They just want to put the money in their pockets. So I think that's what happened. They get the money, they put in the money in their pocket, and they want to be cheap about our festival or our country festival. I don't know if they're from here or if they're not from here, but want to see the money, they want to be money hungry, and some of the money, like, okay, most of the money go into their pocket and the rest goes into the festival committee, the festival activities planning, and we have a poor festival turnout.
One of the parts, I was reading the article here, it says lack of funds is an issue. It is believed that the committee is struggling in planning stages due to lack of financial support. I think as a country and as a BVI to understand that it's not the government's fault that we don't have money. It is, there are certain things that we need, and there are certain necessities that have to be tended to before we can look for. Yes, festival is a big event where tourists come and whatever you have, but there's still other things that need tending to. Then there's another part, a question asking if there'd be any Miss BVI due to funds. If there are 4 girls that want to compete, not the maximum number, if there are 4 or 3 girls, don't you think that they should be allowed to enter at some point? Still, you can put in your efforts, but the minimum shall at least be a certain point where you can still have a queen show, not to cancel it altogether. So Andrea, you feel if there was supposed to be 3 girls to compete for Miss BVI, would you let the show happen?
I will let the show happen because I think that the girls are willing to do the show and they want to become the next Miss BVI. So why not let them show their talents, show the country that they can be Miss BVI only if it's 3 of them only. Like, let them be who they want to be, let them compete. Don't back them up because you don't have the certain amount of people to enter the competition. That's foolishness.
I agree. And then I know there's the Miss Junior BVI pageant. There has a separate committee. I went to the one last year where Miss Kyra Mulana was doing. It was a very good experience when I just came back from Japan. And to me, that's another stepping stone because the committee has to, every committee is supposed to know at some point to have fundraisers a time in advance so that they could, you can't always say the government is this and that. You have to start with yourself, you're your own body. So I think that funds shouldn't be a problem coming to festival where you have so many different opportunities and a longer time to do certain things. And then there's the comments, Andrea. They're crazy. That's going on from the government to Slow Start to we're broke to bring Drake, bring Future. I mean...
Wait. I have to stop you there. What people fail to realize is that the government, you can't always depend on the government. The government set up a committee, give them the amount of money that they need, that they think they need to make our festival what it is supposed to be. The government can't control everything you do. The government set people in place so they can have help with the things that they need to be done in the country.
I agree.
So for people to keep bashing NDP, NDP is no longer people. NDP is the government. It's no longer NDP.
NDP is the government you put in power.
Thank you. And you say the government, if people know what government means, it means that people that are in power. That means people, the 2 people that are from VIP are also in the government. But people fail to realize that they think, okay, the government is NDP because they won the most seats. No, the government is people from VIP, the 2 that won from VIP and NDP, that they from the government.
I agree. And then there's another thing where I have to bring some question. If there's somebody's asking if the committee changes, because over a period of time you see a pattern of the same people coming, because you know Destra comes here every other. They even joke about her having a passport because she's here all the time. But somebody's asking for other people in the Caribbean and even different parts of the world to come in because it's like we've seen sons already. You're kind of dragging them out to the point where you don't want to hear them anymore. So I suggest you bring in new people.
No, you suggest that we bring in new people. I suggest that we lose the people. We use the people that are here already because we need to let our local people get exposure, not the people from overseas. Instead, you pay the people from overseas, you pay your local because where the money is going to stay here and circulate.
I agree on that, but at the same time, festival is supposed to be a time to enjoy yourself. And
No.
yes, yes, we hear the local artists all the time. They sell their CDs here, they perform here, they do Facebook and everything. As long as I agree, the local artists are to some point very good and they perform. And I like the local artists as well. Don't you think we can bring in somebody from overseas for one
You
night?
want to know why I think you shouldn't bring people from overseas? The same way how you could listen to the local artists on CDs, you could listen to their music on CDs also. What I fail to realize is that they're paying the overseas people money, but they fail to pay the people that local here their money. Why you paying people from overseas money and you not paying the local people for their entertainment?
I agree, because you know when you bring in, I was looking at, I have this statistics here. When, for example, Rihanna goes to a concert or overseas concert, the government of the country in all itself, I guess their entertainment or festivals of a committee has to pay to bring her in.
Right.
That's one percentage. Then there's another percentage that says they have to accommodate her housing,
Right.
her food, her
Right.
sanitary needs and so on. Then there's another thing that has to pay her crew itself.
Right.
Then they have to pay for the stage to
Right.
set up, the place she has to set up.
So wait to cut you off. So my point is, if you bring overseas people, you're paying more money. You're bringing your little locals perform, less expense,
I do
more
agree
money
on that.
saving.
And then there's another suggestion here. What kind of night do you want to see in the village? There's reggae, gospel, and so on, but isn't there some kind of night where we can all go in free? This is not the point where you have to look at village as spending money. You have to look at it as in, it's when you have your business, people don't come into your business for free and just stand up in the store. They
Right.
spend money. The money is going to come back to the country, and it's also for a good event. When tourists come, they know that they have to enjoy themselves, but with a fee. You don't get a drink for free.
Right.
You pay for your drink. So people can't come August expecting to only go. I mean, you can go to nights if you don't have money. It's your privilege. But I mean, still support your country and your festival to some extent.
Right.
There's another comment here that says, if there is no Queen show, why do we even have a parade? Are there any troops in it? Then there's the comment that said, I think a year, 2 years ago, where some troops pulled back due to a comment made about being inappropriate. How do you feel about that, Andrea? Some troops that have, I guess, inappropriate clothing or inappropriate routines being told not to perform in the parade. Do you think those troops that have the colorful and expressive clothing should be allowed to perform or no?
I think they should be able to perform. Why? One, they already spend their money on their costume. Two, they already put in months and months of work to get their routine together. So why not let them perform? People fail to understand that culture has changed. Culture is not going to stay the same forever. That's what people fail to realize. They have to realize that Tatola is a younger generation, and we're going to carry ourselves in a manner, but once in a while we're going to act inappropriate. Why? Because culture has changed. And like back in the day, we got wear fully clothing. No, culture changed. People fail to realize that culture has changed.
And you have to understand too, in places like Trinidad and Barbados, if you've ever seen their carnival, they have the same clothing, something
Right.
worse, and there are more people attending their carnivals and festivals than ours. Then there's a difference that says our own isn't carnival, but it is festival. Yes, there's a separation. Festival is for emancipation, carnival is for celebration, but there's still a point where it is still a festivity that we can bring
Right.
in. We can allow people to express themselves and so on. If you see the money that is generated for one person, that the costumes and so on, the
It's a
person
lot of money.
they're making a lot of money. It's a good opportunity to do that. So why is it won't you let your people, your own baby islanders, make money? That's what you're telling them they can't come to express themselves. If they're not wearing something long to cover themselves, they can't come to thing. There's the other one. You know, I guess the sky dancers, those are the mokojumbis and sticks.
Yeah.
They are very good when they perform, and nobody says they have excellent routines, they are appropriate clothing. Somebody asks why it is the other troops can't do that. That's not the nature of the group. If the nature of the group is to wear feathers and a big thing and go down the road and express themselves, I think personally they should be allowed to do that.
Wait,
So-
wait. So they have a problem with us when being half naked, but when they go on Facebook and they see other countries half naked, they quick to like it. Why you quick to judge your own country and not somebody
I
else's
agree.
country?
I agree.
You live here. Be happy that we can so-called be a part of the other festivities when you have naked clothing. You don't gotta bash everything that everybody does. That's what's wrong with society. They're always bashing what everybody does.
I agree. There's this thing. There's this the same going on about the clothing. The clothing is not something to be pulled about. I know many people in Parliament have made the comment, but wasn't Carnival and Festival successful before we had this whole Carnival, this dressing debate? Tourists come and enjoy themselves not because of the clothing, but what's going on.
Right, the
what's
fun, the happiness.
The festivities. They're not really looking at the clothing so much as we are looking at the clothing, just to pick point and pull apart the festival when it was going well to begin with. We'll continue this conversation. We'll be right back after these messages. And welcome back to You Chat BVI. Now I'm going to read a poll that we asked on social media asking locals who they want to see perform in the village. We have Yolanda Adams, we have Drake, Future, Rihanna, Terrace Riley. I'll say from Terrace Riley because I think he's a kind of a regional artist. Andrea, what do you feel about these requests made by locals? Are they reasonable? If not, why aren't they reasonable?
You ask me if it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable because one, Tattoo is a Caribbean type of festival. So why would you want to bring people from America here for a Caribbean? Okay, okay. Don't say nothing. Let me just get on my thoughts. Okay. I don't think it's reasonable. Why? One, because Tatola is a Caribbean festival. So why would you want to bring people from America here to join a Caribbean festival when they don't have no sort of Caribbean in them? That's one. And for two, they always saying that every time festival comes around, the committee goes broke. So these international artists cost more money than the regional artists or local artists. So if you bring in one of them alone, we gone broke. That is my point. So it don't make sense. People need to understand that it's a Caribbean type of thing.
I actually agree. If on that point, I'd say if you want to see those artists, spend your own money
Right.
and go to see them because it's more affordable for you yourself to go rather than for your government to spend the money and go broke trying to entertain a few out of the many.
But what they
So-
also have to understand that we are a small island. We can't please everybody. We have to make choices that will benefit
We're
us.
accommodating the cost and the budget we have.
Yeah.
We can't go above and then we bring, for example, Rihanna, and then we are 3-4 years in depth just trying to put that one festival off. It doesn't make any sense. So I think you have to bear with the government and look at things realistically and understand that what we have is what we will use, and what we will use is what we will enjoy.
And it's their choice to enjoy it or not enjoy it. Because you cannot please
At
everybody.
the end of the day, it's to be a festival. Everybody still have fun. You do your do, I do mine.
Right.
Festival. If you're not tuning in, we just had an informative conversation talking about August and who we want to see perform as locals. When we get back, we're gonna wrap things up and kind of get to the real point of what is the goal for August. Sit tight. Welcome back. Now we're just going to wrap it up and have our last comments about the topic. And Joe, to generalize it, what do you feel about people saying they need to bring international artists in for August?
They need to rethink because they need to understand that the committee have a little bit of money and that we can only accommodate for so much. We can't please everybody, but they are trying their best to please you. So don't go overboard and think, okay, the committee got this bunch of money, we could bring that type of artist. And also for the committee, the people that are in the committee, I would say, stop putting the money in your pockets because you volunteered to do this type of thing. Stop putting the money in your pocket and give the people a better festival for 2016.
I understand. Still, I would say we have more fundraising opportunities to come before August, but the money is not going. For me, I don't feel it should go towards international artists. It should go towards making it a better festival and get better troops, better everything else that we could handle right here, rather than spending the money on this big artist when we can enjoy the artists from our region. So I feel we need to rethink, as you said, rethink the whole process and understand and appreciate what we have in our region.
Or what the community could do, sorry for cutting you off, is plan out properly. Plan, okay, I'm going to spend this amount of money on this and now go over the budget. Or we could spend that money on top of this and try to see if we could get in a little cost.
Time frame so that everybody can be happy at the end of the day. I think this has been a great segment, trying to get everybody to understand the process of festival and why it is we can't bring international artists here because we don't have the funds, as you said.
And I will also tell them that don't depend on the government to do everything, because the government put people in place for them to do the things that they need to be done. So this has been our next segment of Youth Chat BVI. If you have any topics, comments, also if you want to be our guest on the show, you can contact us at 544-7815 or email us at youthchatbvi@gmail.com. Thank you and see you again.